Okay, so this is an EL motor, not an EV, but the timing principles are for the most part the same. So this one's obviously out of the car. So timing belt's up here. I don't have a cam gear on it, but same thing, it doesn't matter. So this is where you're going to have your engine mount in the car. You're going to see that those two 12 mil bolts. Right below that, you're going to see the timing belt cover, probably going to be white on yours. And you're going to have these two bolts. I think they're 12 mil. And that's where the timing belt tensioner is. And you're not going to be able to see it much with everything in place, but that tensioner is down in there, and there's a little spring that you can see that kind of grabs the corner of it. So that's what keeps the belt on these things. And once you tighten these up, it just keeps it in place. So if it is out, you're going to have to move this timing belt in order to move the cam back in order to get everything lined up. So first things first, you want to take a look at the timing marks that are actually on the pulley and on the plastic cover. So for doing that, you're going to see there's going to be a timing mark down here on the pulley. There's going to be a few marks that are there. So let's just say on this one here is where that big plastic thing that comes out to line it up. So you're going to take a look at that, and you're going to rotate this pulley so that your top dead center mark is lined with that plastic thing on the case. So the farthest right mark on this pulley is going to be top dead center. You're going to see there's going to be another one that's going to be a little bit to the left of it, maybe about ½ an inch to the left of it. That means it's 5-degree advance. So that's the one you're going to look at when you're doing the timing with a timing light. But you want it set at top dead center. So you're going to want to use the mark that's the farthest to the right on that plastic thing. That'll get top dead center. So that means that the crank, the motor, the pistons, and everything else all set at top dead center. So then you got to go up to your cam, and the cam gear that's going to be in place on yours, and you've got it marked in your photo where you've got those two white marks on each side of it. So once this is set at top dead center down on the crank, you're going to want to go up here, and you're going to want to take a look at your timing marks on the cam pulley. And you're going to want to make sure on the EBs that they're totally in line with the top of the head. You'll have one there, and you'll have one there, and they're totally in line. If these are in line and this is set down here at top dead center, everything's good. You don't have to touch that. If they're off a little bit, in other words, that's at top dead center, and you go up here and it is off, cockeyed, the lines are either like that or like that, it's moved a tooth. So this thing is a counterclockwise motor, so it's always turning that way. That way the mark, that's why the mark on the left side is going to be your 5-degree advance, and then the one over here is your top dead center, because you're always going to have spark going, igniting it just before it hits top dead center. So you're going to want to use the mark on the right hand side of the pulley. So if it's off and you need to adjust it, what you want to do is you want to go out here and you want to loosen these off. These are 12 mil bolts, and this is what actually holds on the tension and the timing belt tensioner in place. So you want to loosen them up about a turn off, maybe turn and a half. You don't have to don't take them right out, but loosen them off. Grab your belt, you can pinch it, and you'll see all the tension will go on it. That way, when you get up top, you can do it, just slowly sort of grab it with your fingers and pull it off of the cam gear. Try to keep the tension on it, because there is a gear way down here which you're probably not going to be able to see with yours because it's in the car. There's another, it's a small gear, like a small cam gear that has the teeth on it for that. So keep some tension on there. I've used a bungee cord even up to the hood just to keep the tension on it so it doesn't slip off the lower gear. And then what you want to do is take a wrench socket. I think it's a 12 or 13 mil bolt on these cam gears, and you want to adjust it. You want to get it so that your marks again are lined up with the top of the head. Check again, make sure you're sitting down okay at top dead center. Turn it on there and then slide this back on. It should slide up to the teeth, will marry up just perfectly, and that way you know everything's at top dead center. Push it back on, get it lined up, and then go back down here. Don't tighten them yet. Put your wrench on there, and then go down here, and you're going to want to turn this counterclockwise about half a turn. So you're going to see the entire belt assembly go and move, and that's going to set tension on the belt. And then go up with your wrench and tighten these up. Tighten the two up, get them good and tight. If you want to check to make sure, just keep going counterclockwise, get them back again where this thing's back to top dead center, and those white marks are lined up with flat with the head, and then everything on the cam timing will be set and everything's perfect. If you've never touched your distributor timing, and this did jump a tooth, I don't suggest you even touch your, you can check it if you got a timing light, but you shouldn't have to reset the timing on it. You can do it, but this is what actually throws off the cam timing. And if you've jumped a tooth, it could be a reason why it's got out of time, because it's going to throw everything off. And I don't know, give it a go. It's not that hard to do. I think that covers it.